Hi guys, so this is a rainy day in Mold, North Wales, and here we've got a pan of St Mary's Church in Mold, the parish church. And again, this channel isn't endorsing any denomination, but we're going to now have a walk down and a walk through of Mold. Mold is one of the church community hubs. Here we've got a pan of the car park leading up to it and the community around. And Mold is one of the church community hubs of one of the 10, and we're going to do a quick walk down and a quick film. And this is really a tool for you to pray for all the churches in Mold, all the Christians that are represented in Mold. And as we walk down, the businesses, and here we go, I'm just going to pan there. There's a shop there called Crowning Glory by the church. There's some old oak beamed buildings there, the white and black, and you can just see there's a lot of businesses. One that's very dear to my heart, shout out, is just there with a yellow signage, and we'll move over towards that. Some of you will have seen pictures before. That is Bevan's hardware store and home and hardware, and of course dear to myself because of the name association only, no relation. And then I'm going to pan around this church which has a bell tower, the grounds, and I remember a little story personal to myself here. Those accommodation blocks there, I happened to move a friend in, James, in 2003 I think, or 2002, and when we pulled up to this place for the first time, I remember jumping out and saying, I'm gonna live in Mold. Now that hasn't come to pass yet, but one day I'm sure it will. I'm just walking down some steps onto the high street, and that's just a little story for you there, personal one. And of course you've got all the architecture of Mold here, and we're gonna now walk down to the high street as we document some of the buildings and some of the life that you'll see. And as I say, the importance of this is to be praying for the Christians in Mold, the churches as they work together, and the businesses. We pray prosperity on the high street of Mold and for all the people that live there, that they may look to those that are in need and to actually facilitate and work closely together as church, as community, and as a little town. And you'll see some of the beauties of Mold as we're walking down. Lovely tree-lined streets and a few vacant properties, as you can see, but all the things that are ticking and going on with places in Mold. Here we've got a Ministry of Defence linked into Mold, and that's the Army Cadet Force. I'll put the reference in there, but obviously that's a group of individuals that are very proactive, and we'd like to get involved and work alongside them as well. Again, the architecture, as you can see on this crossroads, is some white and black beamed buildings. Down there we've got some old architecture, as you can see that turret. And I'm just going to keep panning around and we'll keep walking down the high street. All the banks, all the businesses. Again, we just want to pray for all those people, all the workers, the shoppers, that the tills will ring and it'll be prosperous in this high street of Mold. We want to see obviously lots of activity as people spend big and get the economy ticking back. So as we're walking down, there's not many church presence on the actual high street, but I will put all the church links in and you'll be able to see how they connect in. At the back of the high street we've got a library, and we've got some notable historical structures, a museum. The library and toilets are based just along down there, that market square. I won't be going down there with the camera because I'm not sure whether we're allowed to at this point. I'm just going to cross over the road, and again you can see all these businesses, and it's a lovely little high street, very active. Just a bit of a miserable day today. So if you're around North Wales and you're around the place called Mould, spelt M-O-L-D, come down and you know, spread some love, prayer walk, claim every footfall for Jesus. And we'll be doing some street work, we'll be doing some street ministry, and we'll be linking up with all the churches in you know, other ways like we have done in the past. So as I say, some of the places are vacant, and we'll talk more about that. Here we've got some signatures and some boards about the assembly hall here, and as we move round, here we go, a little blue plaque, Mould Civic Society, and the former assembly hall, which is now a bank, so we won't record that too readily, and we'll keep walking down. Here again we've got the crossroads, and I'll do a quick 360. So we've just walked down that high street at the crossroads and the junction there, and we're going to walk straight ahead to that point. So we're walking down here now. And I'll just keep the camera to the floor so we're not catching anyone. And we're going to cross this road in a second. We'll do that now. We're doing fairly well for our footfall. And I'm moving down towards a place down the end of Mould High Street, which is the Salvation Army. And the Salvation Army, again, we're not condoning or endorsing any denomination, but the Salvation Army is a cafe, a coffee shop, and a church community outreach centre. And they have a church at the top of their building, and previous captains have said that we can use their facilities and work very, very closely with them. Hopefully that link still exists following COVID. But as I say, just a prayer video really for the high street of Mould, for the churches of Mould, as they can jump on this and gather momentum with church community, and we can start reaching the lost for Jesus Christ. Pray for the care homes, the hospitals, the nurseries, the schools, the colleges, all the students that are around here, and anyone who's working, unemployed, you know, just anyone. Pray for the whole community, that God will touch them and minister to them mightily. We'll switch this one off now, but thanks for watching it, and we'll be doing some videos of outreach and evangelism in days ahead. God bless you all. Bye.